Hello everyone, welcome back to Dibya classes. So today we'll be moving into part 2 of chapter 9. So in chapter 9 till now we have studied about the definition of function, the syntax of the function, and what is mean by access specifier, modifier, function name, return type and parameter list, and few examples. Today we'll be going into more details about functions. Okay, so let us start quickly. So today we'll be studying about function prototype and function signature. So what is function prototype? Function prototype is the first line of the function definition and tells the type of value returned and type of parameter. Okay, before understanding function prototype, it is written that it is the first line of the function definition. So what is function definition? So last class, if you remember, we talked about the syntax of function. Okay, let us just write a simple example. Public void DNM int a comma int b, and inside this function I am printing system dot out dot println a and system dot out dot println b. Okay, basically I am taking two values as input, parameter input, and I am printing them. So here, as of last class we have studied, public is what? It is access specifier. And what is void here? It is a return type. What is DNM? It is a function name. And what is int a and int b? These are parameter list. Okay, this whole thing, including this part, this curly brackets, you can see this area. I'm talking about this area. This area is called the body of the function. What is function? Function is a set of instructions, a sequence of declaration and executable statements. Okay, that is the definition of function. A function contains set of instructions. So whatever is inside this curly brackets, you can see this curly brackets. Whatever inside this curly bracket is called the body of the function. So this line, the public void DNM int a int b, this line and the body, the total makes the function definition. Okay, the total makes the function definition. So what is function prototype then? It is the first line of the function definition. So what is function prototype? It is the first line. If this is the function definition, this total is the function definition, then the first line, that is we are talking about this line, the public void line, that public void DNM int a int b, that part of the function definition is called the function prototype. So what does function prototype tells you? It tells you the type of value returned and the type of parameter. So it talks about two things, that is the type of value returned, this area, return data type, and the parameter. The function prototype talks about two things. One, the return type. Two, the parameter list. So here if questions asked, what does the function prototype tells in this example? So it tells that the return type is void and the parameter is, it contains two parameter, both integer type with variable name a and b. Okay, understood? Okay, the first line, This is the whole function definition. Function definition is this line plus the body. This two, everything, the whole total is called the function definition. Only this part, the first line, that is this line, is called the function prototype. So next concept is function signature. So what is function signature? It refers to number and types of parameter, that is the parameter list and the function name. What is function signature? It refers to the number and types of parameter, that is the parameter list and the function name. So only this part, that is DNM int A, int B. This is the first line. This is the first line. Only this DNM part from DNM, the function name and the parameter list, the function name and the parameter list. This is known as function signature. It is a part of function prototype. Okay, it is a part of function prototype. So basically, what is function prototype? It is mixture of function signature and return type. Okay, so let us again see an example to understand this better. You can see this small program. Okay, you can see the small program. Okay, in this program we are trying to find which is the bigger number out of A and B, the larger number or the bigger number. So we have two integer number in the variables A and B, and we are trying to find which one of these is the bigger or the larger number. So here you can see this part. This whole thing, inside the class there is a function. This is called the function definition. Okay, this is called the function definition. What is function definition? The first line plus this curly bracket area, this is called the body. Everything, the whole part, the whole function is called the function definition. And what is function prototype? This line. You can see this blue line. I am marking it black now. This line, this whole line, this whole thing is called the function prototype. And what is function signature? That is only this part. That is the function name and the parameter list. The function prototype is a whole line. Function signature is just the part of the function prototype. That is only the function name and the parameter list. Okay, so now we can say that function definition FD, let it be FD, function definition is function prototype plus the body. And function definition is function signature plus return type plus body. So function signature is part of function prototype and function prototype is part of function definition. Okay, the function definition is the larger body, that is the public void line, and the body part, that is within curly brackets. This first line of the function is called function prototype, and the part of it, that is a function name and the parameter, is called the function signature. Okay, understood? Okay, just remember this program. If you just remember this program, okay, here we have static int, means there is the access specifier public, there is a modifier static, there is return type int, there is function name large, and there are two parameters int A and int B. So here the first line, the whole line is called function prototype, and the main thing that it gives stress to is what is the return type and what is the parameter. Function signature tells about the function name and the parameter, and the whole thing, the whole function is called the function definition. The function definition also includes the body. Understood? Okay, now let us move to the next part, that is accessing a function. Okay, accessing a function. Okay, before coming to this, let us understand one more thing. Till class 9 we used to write only one function, but now there will be more than one function. Okay, a class, a single class means a single program will have more than one function. So now I will tell you about a beautiful movie. So in that movie, there was a hero. Okay, there was a hero. And the hero was very lonely because there was no heroine. So this hero is the case of class 9. Assume that this hero is no one but a function. Let the name of the function be A. So A is a hero and he is all alone because in class 9 there was only one function inside a class. So in class 9 when you wrote programs there was only one function. Okay, so assume that the function was a hero and he was alone. So now in class 10 the actress, the heroine comes into the picture. So heroine is what? This heroine is, this actress is another function. Let the function be B. Let this function be B. A is hero, B is the heroine. So now the heroine is into the picture in class 10. Okay, now in class 10 we'll be using more than one function. So now in the class, in a single class there are two functions, that is A and B. So when there is hero and heroine in the same area, in the same class, so they will have some interaction within them. Okay, so this hero will tell the heroine something, the heroine will reply back. So this interaction will be there. Okay, so now we'll be understanding how functions interact within themselves. Means how the hero and the heroine, that is function A and function B, will interact within themselves. Okay, we'll study that. Since there are more than one function now, the function will not sit there idle. चुपचाप होके नहीं बैठेंगे. They will start talking within themselves. They will start discussing within themselves. Okay, so now we'll understand how function will interact within themselves. So let us go to the definition. A function can be called, invoked, executed, used, accessed. These are all synonyms. It means the same thing. A function can be called. A function can be invoked. A function can be executed. A function can be used. A function can be accessed by providing the function name followed by the argument sent through enclosed parenthesis. Okay, let us understand this definition. Okay, a function can be called. Called by whom? So there was function A. So A will call B. A will call B. What does that mean? Calling, the synonym of calling is invoking or accessing or executing or used or accessed. Everything means the same. So here A will call B means the hero is calling the heroine. So how will the hero call a heroine? For example, I will give you a climax. So there are two hills. Hill number 1, hill number 2. And here is the hero standing on the top of the hill, and here is the heroine standing on the top of the hill. That is, he is the function A and here heroine is the function B. So how will A call the heroine? So he will shout. So that because he is in different mountain, A has to shout. That is, A has to call. How will you call someone? For example, you are walking in a busy road and you saw your friend he is around 50 meters ahead of you. So how will you call him back? You will call by his name. Okay, you will call your friend by his name. So here the hero will call the heroine. How? He will call the heroine by his name. And what is the name of the heroine? B. So he will call B. So how will A call B? By using the function name. A function can call another function by using the function name. That is what is here it is written. A function can be called by providing the function name. So if one function wants to call another function, he has to call by name. That's why we all have name. How does your father call you? Maybe through your house name, maybe a pet name. Okay, everyone has a pet name. Okay, like Gelu, Babu or something like that. Okay. But since you're calling someone, there might be some purpose. For example, your father is calling to bring him water, or your mother is calling to clean her kitchen. Okay. So similarly here, the hero A is calling the heroine B because of some purpose. So he has to tell something. After calling the function, you will tell something. So here the hero will tell B, I love you. Okay. So here A will call B. First he has to call, right? If you will not call and just tell I love you, then to whom is A saying I love you? So here A is saying to B. So first he will call B, then he will say I love you. This I love you is called the argument or the value. This is the value that A is giving to B. A is giving some value to B, and here the value is I love you. You can say it is a string value. In terms of Java, this will be a string value, right? Something like that. So here A is giving B, or A is telling B. A is first calling B, then telling I love you. And this I love you is the argument. Okay. And the arguments should be sent through the parenthesis. What is parenthesis? These brackets, the round brackets. These round brackets are called the parenthesis. So first A will call B. Then he will tell whatever he wants through the parenthesis. Means you have to write I love you inside this parenthesis. Okay. So how can a function access another function, or how a function can call another function? A function can call another function by the help of the function name, and since you are calling, there might be some purpose, so you have to give some value. Though it is not compulsory to give value. For example, you are calling a friend and then you are remaining silent. For example, in exam is going on, you called your friend for an answer, but in the meanwhile the teacher saw you. So what will do? You just call him and sit quietly as if nothing happened. Okay, so something like that. It is not compulsory to give value, but here we will be giving value. Here A will be telling I love you. Okay. So what is the syntax of calling function then? The syntax is name of the function, function name. Which function name? This will be the calling function name. Okay, the function you are calling. The calling function name followed by parenthesis. Okay, and the parenthesis may contain variables or values. So remember, in public void line we used to give data type variable, comma data type variable, comma data type variable. The syntax. Okay, here the syntax is different. Here there will be no data type, only variables, like DNM, where DNM is the function name followed by variable a comma b. If there are three variables, then it will be a comma b comma c, but there will be no data type. Okay, remember that. Instead of variables, we can also keep values. Like you will write like this: xyz is a function name followed by values directly. 5, 4 are integer values. You can also give real values, you can give single character values, you can give boolean values. Okay, but remember, you will not mention data types here. Like in public void, and the function name we used to write like int a comma int b, right? But here you can see we have no data types. It will be not int a comma int b. No, it will be wrong. The variables will not have any data type here. Okay. So let us go to another example. So here can you see there are two functions inside the class DNM. This is one single class DNM, and inside this single class there are two functions. That is public void DM and public void sum. So assume that this function is a hero function, and this function is a heroine. Okay, like in our previous example, there was hero and there was heroine. So here you can say DM is the hero and sum, the function sum, is the heroine. So there are two functions here, DM is the function name, and sum, the second function. DM is the hero and sum is the heroine. So how will DM call this heroine? You can see this by the function name. See, we are writing sum. Sum is the name of the heroine. So you have to call sum. So you have to write sum. And I am giving some value. That is value of A and B. A and B are two variables which will have some value. This is parameter. Okay. Which will have some value. And the value A and B will be sent to the function sum. And how this value is getting transferred to another function, that we will be studying in next class. Okay, so now we are only trying to understand how a function can call another function. So okay, this part, okay, this part, this is the syntax to call a function. To call another function, you have to write the function name, and if you want to tell something or if you want to give some value to that other function, then you have to write the arguments inside the parenthesis. And how the arguments are going to the next function, that will be discussing in details in the next part of this chapter 9 video. Okay, so next we'll understand what are actual parameters and what are formal parameters. The parameter present in the function prototype is known as formal parameters or dummy parameters, and the parameters present in the calling function is known as actual parameters. Very simple to remember. It is not a difficult job. The parameter present in the function prototype is known as the formal parameters or dummy parameters. Can you see this parameter which is written just in the side of public void? Here also in public void, the parameter present in the public void line, in the function prototype line, is called the formal parameter. And the parameter of the calling part, here you are calling another function. The function DM is calling the function sum. Okay, so the parameter present in the calling function is called the actual parameters. The parameter present in the calling function is called the actual parameter. It is very easy to remember the definition by just understanding where it is written in the program. So formal parameters are present in that public void line, and the actual parameter is present in the function where you are calling another function, and the actual parameter is present in the calling function. Simple to remember. Okay, so today we learned about what is function prototype. So taking this example of the class, there are two function prototypes: public void dm double a double b and public void sum double x double y. Okay, and we studied about function signature. So dm double a double b is a function example of function signature. Sum double x double y is another example of function signature. This whole function public void dm is called the function definition. Similarly, the whole function public double sum is the function definition again. Okay. Next, we studied about how a function can call another function, or also known as invoking another function. We can call another function by the function name followed by parameters. Okay, or followed by arguments, you can say. So like this here, the DM is calling the function sum. How? By taking the name of the function, that is sum, followed by parameter. And remember that here we are sending the value of A and B. It is not compulsory, always depends on the program. This can also remain empty. Like in class 9, parameters were empty. If you don't need any input, parameters were empty. Similarly, in function calling, this parameter can also be empty. Okay, and how these values are going to another function, that we'll be discussing in next class. And next we studied about formal parameters and actual parameter. Just remember the public void line, that parameter list, or just remember the parameter list is called the formal parameter. So here there are two parameter lists, double a double b and double x double y. These are known as formal parameter. And the parameter present in the calling function, like here sum ab, here this ab is called the actual parameter. So today we'll just learn this. Next class we'll see what happens when you give the value to another function and how these values our past. Till then, have a nice day. Thank you.